What's going on, guys? So the trailer for the new Flash film has been out for a little over a week now, which has given us plenty of time to not only examine it, but give our reaction and also look forward to what's to follow in the new DCU. Here we go. So for those of you that are unfamiliar, this Flash film follows the comic book Flashpoint, which is a story in which Barry runs so fast he goes back in time to save his mother from being murdered by the Reverse Flash. However, this causes a butterfly effect in which it devastates not only his world, but the whole DC universe around him, as there's a different Batman, a different Superman, so on and so forth, and him having to fix this and deal with the consequences of his actions. I really like this concept for a number of reasons. The first being, it allows for a complete reset of the DC universe in a way that actually makes sense with the story in the previous universe, giving us a whole new list of characters to work with following this movie. It also is an extremely rare opportunity, especially in modern day comic book movies, for them to make decisions and choices that will be definitive, because we probably won't see these characters played by these actors returning anytime soon. This could really allow them to distinguish themselves from the Marvel machine that just keeps pumping out film after film that just feels like a trailer for the following movie or event. I would really love to see them capitalize on this by giving us a good story arc ending to some of these characters in the DCEU in general. The other thing I really like in this trailer that hopefully will be reflected in the film is them going all in on the multiversal aspect. So in the past, in the multiverse saga of the MCU, we've gotten to see Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and Spider-Man No Way Home. Both dip their toes in the pond of the multiverse, but here we get to see General Zod's ship attacking a world in which there is Michael Keaton's Batman. Think about that for a second. Never in a million years would I have guessed that. And it's not just cameos or just small parts. It seems like the whole plot of this film revolves around the idea of multiverses colliding, right? Because we have Michael Keaton's Batman being a direct player as well as General Zod, which I think is really cool and goes all in on the different tones and styles merging. For example, we get to hear the Tim Burton score when we see Michael Keaton in the trailer, which I think is awesome, as well as some of the directing styles of Zack Snyder with his creative shots in how he does his cinematography. I think this is all really cool and does a great job of allowing for a swan song, if you will, of the previous DC universes before merging together to give us the DCU. Now for my predictions. This other universe Barry is absolutely the Reverse Flash or an evil Flash. He's literally wearing yellow. And I'm also going to guess that at the end of this film, we get a brief glimpse at the new DCU. Now, this doesn't mean we're going to see characters of any kind, but just some sort of scene or acknowledgement of the previous universes, honoring Zack Snyder's DCEU for all the Snyderverse fans, as well as the other incarnations of other characters that we've gotten in the last few years, coming into a fold into the new DCU with a fresh start that audiences can walk away from knowing that we're getting something different moving on in the future. This begs the question of what does the future of the DC universe look like? And James Gunn briefly touched upon this when he talked about why we should care about the 2023 movies coming out, specifically Shazam, which probably won't be in the DCU because it's before The Flash, but also Blue Beetle, which is an interesting film because it's standalone and separate from the DCU, so absolutely could fit in the new DCU moving forward. However, the Jason Momoa Aquaman film and that whole universe, I don't see moving forward as it hasn't gotten the best reception during screen testings, and there's been talks of him playing Lobo, which I actually would be pleasantly surprised to see him take a new character into this universe. But this brings us to our last point with what to do with the Flash moving forward in the DCU, as he's absolutely integral to the Justice League team. I think it's time to recast from Ezra Miller to a new actor, taking a page out of the Justice League animated universe, bringing in Wally West. For those of you that remember, he was the heart of the show, utilizing his laid-back attitude while always being a friend for those in need. To this day is my favorite version of the Flash because he never let the weight of being a hero bring him down, but rather lift him up.
For a creep that claims to personify human advancement, I think you'd know what it means to pass along goodwill. especially to kids who need some. I'd like to think they'd grow up to pass that goodwill on to others.
Now, if James Gunn or any of the other producers of Warner Brother were asking me what I would love to see with The Flash moving forward, I would show them the Justice League Unlimited episode called Flash and Substance that followed The Flash as his rogues gallery were trying to destroy the museum in his honor and the holiday that Central City was starting for him. This episode perfectly encapsulates everything about the Flash because not only does he not let his rogues gallery get him down as he saves the people around him, but he also uses it as a way to rehabilitate the villains and always looks out for other people while maintaining a positive attitude. Take a look at this scene and tell me if it doesn't tell you everything you need to know about Flash and how he acts as a hero.
Talk while you still have a jaw.
Hey! Would you guys please take it down a notch? Let me handle this. James, you're off your meds, aren't you?
I'm better off without him. Take him if I start feeling down.
You know that's not how the medicine works. You're not well.
I'm fine. You want to throw some darts?
No. Listen, James, you're wearing the suit again.
I am? Well, what do you know?
Here's the deal, buddy. Tell me where those guys went, and I promise to come see you in the hospital. We'll play darts. The soft kind.
Okay. They're gonna ambush you at the Flash Museum.
See? That's all we needed. Come on, we better get over there.
What about your enemy?
Oh, right. Dude, as soon as you finish your drink, turn yourself in.
Got me again, Flash.
Now, I genuinely hope that the new 2023 Flash film is an absolute success for Warner Brothers, but that doesn't mean we need to continue on with these characters, and I think it's time for a fresh portrayal of the character from maybe a new actor, preferably playing Wally West. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't be opposed to Ezra Miller coming back in a future movie, playing a variant version of Barry Allen to teach Wally West something, or so on and so forth. But what do you guys think? What would you like to see from this film, The Flash, and the future of the DCU moving forward? Thank you so much for listening. Please consider liking the video, dropping a comment, telling us what you want to see, and subscribing. Thanks again. See you later.